Oh, so here it is.
Oh, wow. It gets lost.
I think that's
way
the
out
idea.
Here. Yeah. Yep.
So no one really knows who these two people are. There's a lot of legends about it.
Okay.
So it says, here lies, can't read that.
It says Bill Vickers.
Here lies Bill Vickers.
Is that J?
J or Jake? J, I think it is.
Yeah.
Grunke?
Something like that. There's a bullet hole through the center of it, but...
Sure, August 14th, 1880. Is that a 7?
Looks like
8?
it's a 7, or it could be an 8.
Or it could be a 9.
Yeah, it's weathered to the point where it's kind of hard to read. Quite hard to read, actually.
Okay, so legend has it that Vickers was an outlaw, not a very nice man, and he palled up with this J guy.
Right.
And they were having dinner in the ranch, and David shot them. Don't know why. That's the legend. However, there's a couple of things wrong with that legend. David didn't buy the ranch until 1893. These people died in 1887 or 8.
Okay.
So these people were buried here 5 years
Before he even purchased the ranch.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
yeah, and that's the thing about, the Wild West and all these stories. It's just like anything. The longer back it gets, the taller the story gets in modern years. Like the game of telephone.
And it's very difficult to know the truth, because you read the same people that manage the land have got on 3 different pages totally different information. So
and then Hollywood gets a hold of the story and completely changes it, and everybody thinks that's fact. So
but anyway, somebody was buried here.
Yep.
Looks like 2, and apparently they were outlaws, and they weren't very nice people.
And they were shot.
And they were shot. So if you are outlaws, then you've got your just desserts. If you're not, then I'm sorry, and I hope you rest in peace.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We don't even know if that story's legitimate. They could have just been ranch hands that were buried here. And then someone came up with the wild story that, oh no, they were shot in the kitchen of the ranch. But like you said, he didn't even own the ranch at the time, so he could not have done it.
Oh, and I just had a thought. Now, David Shirk did actually shoot somebody. And it was an old employee who went to work with one of his nemesis at a neighbouring ranch. I think his name was like French or something. Anyway, it was all over water rights. And his old employee did come back. There was some sort of argument and he got shot. And he died. Now, whether or not that story has mingled in with this story and kind of been exaggerated, that is one possibility, and David Shirk was acquitted for that.
Welcome to the great Oregon Outback and the historic Shirk Ranch. Now, I think I'm correct in saying that actually Shirk bought this back in 1893, correct?
Uh-huh.
Which means the ranch would be older than that.
Yeah, so he purchased it from a pioneering family called the Hills. They estimate that the Hills were here in the early 1800s, and the earliest buildings date back to 1881.
Okay.
And then a lot more buildings were, that the house was modernised a little bit in 1910, so that was in Shirk's, when he was here first. It's got a nest box at the top.
It does. I wonder if that's original or...
Could be for an owl.
Yeah. But there are birds absolutely... Oh, look at this cool old hinges.
Oops. Mind the rock. So...
Big
2 rooms.
Yeah, big bird's nests up there.
I wonder how many ranch hands he had at any one time. 6,
That's possible. I mean,
3 in each side.
do we know how many acres this place was?
No, just acres and acres and acres.
Yeah, so I wonder how many ranch hands per cattle or how they work it.
He didn't have cattle. It was a horse ranch.
Per head of horse is what I meant to say.
I guess even though they did eat with the family, they probably would have had their own kitchen to make themselves a coffee or breakfast or a snack or something.
Yeah, you would think.
Hard-working dudes. And I know more buildings were, you know, built in 1910.
Yeah.
Shirk had those done. So this, I guess this looks like a workshop.
Yeah. Could be. It's got just some basic shelving.
Lots of flies.
Old rolled up vinyl flooring.
Lino.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, this whole place had continued residents right up until the 1980s, which was when the Bureau of Land Management, the BLM,
Yeah.
took it over.
See, I would have loved to explore this back in the early 80s when they had it.
Well, this is what I don't get. So it's been over 40 years and it's just left to decay. You would have thought that they would have at least maintained, you know, not rebuilt it or anything, but, you know, odd hammer and nail here and there and
Yeah.
replace the glass, because there's no graffiti by looking at it.
No, there isn't. And they have done like the metal corrugated roofing, but it's in really bad disrepair right now. And even, I mean, just the grasses. If they could just come out and mow the grasses at least, because yeah, like you said, it's like a bird habitat here now, and
It's great.
yeah.
Did you know why David actually chose this place?
No.
One is because of the lushness, the water underneath. Although we're in the high desert, there is water source. Plus also, it's abundant with sages. And that's really important because in the winter, when the snow is very deep, the sage peers above
Right.
the snow
Okay.
and is great feed for his livestock. True story.
That's pretty smart.
Root cellar.
So yeah, root cellar down here, which is in complete disrepair.
Okay, I've got another fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why it's called a root cellar?
I do know why it's a root cellar.
Is that because I told you yesterday?
Yes.
Why is it a root cellar?
It's because they would store root vegetables in there, like, you know, carrots. Anything that grew underground is considered a root vegetable.
That's correct.
Vegetable-wise. So they would store those underground where obviously it was cooler and all that
And
stuff.
dark.
And dark, yep. Thanks for telling me that.
You're welcome.
Makes me look super smart.
Cow poop. The
I concur.
the chicken coop, I guess.
Some sort of little...
Oh yeah, because you can see where kind of shelves would have been.
Oh, the
maybe.
roosts would have been in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I wonder what buildings date back to the 1880s, because there would be square nails.
Right, and then this structure over here looks a bit older.
Huh. See what we can discover.
Now, guess we'll check out this structure here next.
Yeah.
Guess it looks like it would have, what do you think? More livestock?
It looks that way, doesn't it? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh,
Mind the barbed wire. Look out for snakes. Because let's face it,
oh yeah.
no trip would be complete
Yeah.
without a trip to the loo.
Yeah, there is just stuff everywhere.
Yep. Nice little two-seater. Wow, look how ornate the hinges are.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Lino floor. I love those hinges.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Someone's denims. Huh. Okay. Now we can go to your livestock pen.
Okay.
Flipping heck, there is so much wire around. What do you think lived in here?
Well, I'm not sure. This has got all wood floor in here on this side, so.
Look at the cardboard.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Okay. What's
have a look,
the other
yes.
side say?
Ah, pigs. Small low trough, and I did read that there were pigs. Because if you think about it, we're about 60 miles from the nearest town. So they had to be totally self-sufficient.
Right.
So, and I did, as I said, I did read that they had pigs.
Okay.
And this one, round nails.
Yeah, from a distance it looked like it was a bit older, but on closer inspection.
Maybe some of these are older and they've just been updated
With newer materials, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, makes sense. And now?
See what else we can find. Well, I do know what this building is. The main house. But we're not going there.
We gotta wait.
We're going to wait for that. Mind the wire. That, I read that this was the blacksmith's.
Okay. Which, on a ranch, that's a very important job, because things break, you gotta know how to fix them, and you gotta have the metal to fix them too.
Plus also, it's a horse ranch.
Yeah.
They bred horses.
Horseshoes.
Exactly.
Now there's looks like some old alternators and things in here.
Pack rat's nest.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of looks like an old chicken coop, but I bet that's where parts were
Yeah.
put.
Different bits and pieces.
And you've got hoses.
More workbenches over here.
So wouldn't they have like a bellow or a fire in a blacksmith?
Yeah, that's what it should with the, yeah. Unless they just did it right up front.
Yeah, but then what about the winter?
Don't know.
Huh, interesting. Look at all the tools on the wall.
That's neat.
Okay, shall we grouse or duck?
All right.
This bit's got a metal roof on. Well, it did have a metal roof on. I don't know how old the metal roof is. I was just thinking maybe where a chimney, but there's no charring anywhere.
Nope.
So that's a mystery then. Okay,
Now to the house.
now for the main event. Let's take a look. So beautiful house.
Absolutely.
Do you think this could have been some sort of well? I know the water, whatever you call it, is up there. Could that, do you think?
Could be a possibility. I'm not sure.
Or, no, because they've got an outhouse. Well, if they've got indoor plumbing, it could have been, what do they call it, a cesspit or something?
Yeah. But I'm just absolutely enamored by this home.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is.
So I don't know exactly when this house was built. As I said, David bought the property in 1893. He did do a lot of the erections of the building.
So how many kids did he have?
4, 2 boys, 2 girls.
That explains it.
In 1910, so I don't know whether or not this house is 1910. Well, did you know he was actually one of the, he assisted in the very first cattle drive from Texas to Oregon in 1869.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that's how he knew the land so well.
So he definitely was a pioneer and a frontiersman.
Oh, totally. And then he married his wife, fell in love, obviously, and says that she was a fantastic horsewoman, fantastic cook. She was great with a shotgun and was the love of the love of his life.
Yeah. That's sweet. But that also explains how he could, you know, live out here, because that's the thing about the West and all the pioneers and the people moving out this direction. It was absolutely untamed land, and you had to know what you were doing or you weren't going to survive the winter.
Yeah, it was brutal. Well, he didn't really have the property that long, I don't think, because he sold it in 1914
Yeah.
to another company who went into liquidation. And then his daughter, Olive, she leased the property again. There's two stories. One says that she rebought the property. Another article I read said that she leased the property. She wasn't here for very long, but she was a great horsewoman as well. And she stayed here till I think it was 1945. And that's when her husband died. And then it went back and it was leased and leased and leased until the 1980s, like I said earlier, when the BLM took it over. And here it sits.
So what do you think? Shall we finally go in?
I think so. Let's take a look. Now, I do know that the kitchen has been enlarged from the original structure. Don't know what bit is.
Oh boy, lots of flies in here.
Yeah. Look. Okay, so can you see that nest? Count the nests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's what I was going to say.
7.
That's what I meant I was going to say.
So I don't know whether or not they're house martins. Do you have house martins over here, or swallows?
Could be swallows.
They're not swallows. Swallows hang from the ceiling. Their nests hang from the ceiling. But yeah, so they've built their nests on top of each other. That's pretty amazing.
Cool.
I've never seen that before. Not in a house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it smells. Dead rabbit.
Okay.
And all the flies.
Then in here,
Pantry.
yep, just some
Larder.
extra shelves and whatnot.
Stove. Vent.
Yep.
Hot
water heater.
water heater.
Another nice cabinet.
And a shower. I guess for the ranch hands. Now, did you know that David was a great believer in everybody being equal? So he treated all of his ranch hands equal. They all came in and had evening meals with the family every single night. They were treated like family. And upstairs, he even built them a billiard room so they could play billiards in downtime or when the weather was bad.
That's pretty neat. Look at the National Geographic, October 1978.
The old horseshoe.
How rusted out that is.
Love the curtains. Wow, look at the chair.
Neat old rocking chair.
So, I mean, again, they've had the updates. I would say that's the 1960s wall.
Yeah, faux brick wall, and I like the wainscoting.
Wainscoting's very Victorian.
Yeah, looks nice. Bunch of bird droppings everywhere, though.
So this has got 2 bedrooms downstairs and 2... Whoa! That was a bird and that scared the living daylights out of me. 2 bedrooms downstairs and 2 bedrooms upstairs.
Okay, yeah, just plain...
Did mind where you're touching?
I was on this.
Gloves. This is pretty disgusting, actually. Tons and tons of poop. Oh.
Okay, don't grab onto the banister on the way up.
And there's birds in here, so we don't want to scare the birds. Look at the lino. Oh, birds' nests.
Oh, the floors are rickety.
And then there's just a little wardrobe under the stairs cupboard.
A Harry Potter room.
Harry Potter room. Well, Harry Potter had it bigger than that. Okay. Touch as little as possible. And we'll mind the
gap.
Mind the stairs. This naff old stair carpet. Oh, okay. There's some hawks up here, baby hawks, flying around, so just be careful. I don't want to scare them. Still got two little hawks over there in the corner.
Yeah.
So this was the billiard room.
Okay.
And the 2 bedrooms are either side of the staircase. Again,
oh, nice.
There's so many birds around, I really don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
As much as we've done already. So there is a little closet over to the left.
Oh, wow. Let's see if we can. Very tiny closet.
And if you look on the floor, you can see where in the centre of the room, you can see where they painted the floor around a mat.
Yeah.
Or a piece of carpet.
That's funny.
Now, I'd imagine that his boys would be up here, his 2 sons, because if the ranch hands are up here, I don't think you'd put your daughters up here.
Oh, no.
And then this. Oh, there's lots of dead critters around, actually. There's another one down there, so. And again, same thing, and a little closet.
Yep. Identical.
Yeah. Go back downstairs. Well, I'd love to have seen this place back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. It's still, even in this state of decay, it is an absolutely gorgeous ranch.
It's got good bones.
Good bones, good feel
energy.
to it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what else does the great Oregon Outback have in store for us?
Well, we shall see. I've got a few things up my sleeve.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Oh, goodbye ranch. I think that's one of the nicest ranches that's totally abandoned.
Yeah, look at that view,
And you can still see the hawks in the window. The babies, their fledglings can't quite fly yet.
Mm. No, it's like a storybook, really is.
Yeah. Now, apparently the outside of the house originally was painted white.
I kind of like it this way better.
But I think you can see part of the paint by the front door.
Yeah.